What's poppin', everybody? It's your boy, SnowyKurama, and we are the coaches of the Chicago Sweep at psy-awks here for the MRL, or the Monoegg Rainbow League. Yes, I almost said random again. That's not the right one. And here we are with our other coach, Vampira. Say hi.
Hi.
This week, we are playing harrisonjersey and the Channel Island Furrets. They are the poison team. They've got on their roster toxapex, gengar, Nidoking, Crobat, Salazzle, Galarian Weezing, Dragology, Roserade, Drapion, Muck, and Mega Beedrill.
I wonder if toxapex has toxic. That's a thinker. That's a thinker.
Okay. I guess. So they've got lots of fast mons on their team, like Mega Beedrill, for instance. Even though that thing is weak to us, I could definitely see it coming. The Roserade I don't think would come. Galarian Weezing maybe, just for defense. Just for defensive stuff. Everything else on this team is pretty solid to bring against us as well. Toxapex is a big one, since we're fire, that thing's water, and Toxapex is just good at walling anything that it wants to, so that's not going to be very fun for us.
Yikes.
Yeah. So let's just go ahead and break down our own team. We got our Darmanitan here, Choice Scarf of course, Flare Blitz, Zen Headbutt, Earthquake, and U-Turn. Zen Headbutt and Earthquake are interchangeable type of moves that can be used against any of these mons on their team, like the Dark type, Drapion will obviously Earthquake. Anything that levitates, we're going to use Zen Headbutt. So, yeah, it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Flare Blitz in the sun will hurt anything, and U-Turn, of course, is for switching around. Up next is Torkoal with the boots. We've got usual Stealth Rock and Rapid Spin. We have Lava Plume and Yawn this week. Fully Spadef set here with the rest in defense. Nothing too crazy. Just get up the sun, get up our hazards, and get out the way.
Sounds about right.
We got our Cinderace here with the boots. We got Pyro Ball, Zen Headbutt, U-Turn, and Sucker Punch. Basically the same as our Darmanitan, except for this thing doesn't get a ground move. So we've got Sucker Punch instead because of Gengar, potential Scarf Gengar, and the Beedrill as well. We've got enough speed to outspeed a regular Gengar without the Choice Scarf, and then we just toss the rest of it in HP. And that's our Cinderace.
And there you go.
Up next is our Mega Charizard Y. We got Fire Blast, Scorching Sands, Air Slash, and Roost. We've got enough speed in here to outspeed, I believe, a Drapion. I know it's outspeeding anything that's base 95 or lower. And then the rest is just an HP. Roost has been pretty nice recently, getting our HP back on a potential switch of theirs, or maybe even a setup move. And then we won't have that flying type, rendering us useless against rock and electric moves, even though rock would still hurt against regular fire type. But still, we're taking less. Electric Whip is here, our Rotom. We have Boots on here again, because we're a fire team. We've got Nasty Plot set this week with Defog, as well as Thunderbolt and Overheat to do some nice damage. This thing's mainly here for the Toxapex. Thunderbolt with a Nasty Plot up is doing massive damage. And even if it recovers, we're just going to hit it with another Thunderbolt again. And Overheat kind of just does some nice damage to the rest of their members overall, save the Dragology.
I have a question that I've been meaning to ask. What do the heavy boots do? I know they're made for walking, but
they make you immune to entry hazards. So we won't take Stealth Rock damage or Spikes damage, and we won't care about Speed Drop from Sticky Webs because we won't have one, and no Toxic Spikes.
okay.
Poison either.
Okay.
Yep. Oops. It's probably the best thing that's come out of this generation is heavy-duty boots.
Interesting.
And last but not least, we have our Volcanion here with the Choice Specs. We are just bulky specs, max special attack, nothing really crazy. We got Steam Eruption, Earth Power, Fire Blast, and Defog. We already did our battle, but looking at this again, this should have probably been 248, so we would be taking less from hazards, and we could put another thing in Spadef, but that's whatever.
Oops. Also
didn't notice that we have 2 Defoggers on the team as well as a Rapid Spinner, so we just don't like hazards in general. Very scared of these Toxic Spikes, I guess.
I guess.
Earth Power, because it's Poison Team. Fire Blast from the sun's going to do a shit ton of damage. And then Steam Eruption's just a stronger Scald, which would be nice against their Nidoking and other things that might be physical attackers. So yeah, that is the team.
Yeah.
I'll see you in a bit for the battle.
Yeah.
Here we are back for the battle. We've got Crobat, Beedrill, Salazzle, Nidoking, Roserade, forgot the name for a second, and then there's Drapion. Was not expecting the Roserade, as we said earlier, so that thing won't be much of a threat. Biggest threats on their team is probably Drapion getting rid of our boots, as well as Beedrill. Although, we can just revenge it real quickly. So yeah, let's just go ahead and go. I want to say we led Rotom, or maybe it's Darmanitan.
Who knows?
It's probably Darmanitan, because Darmanitan kind of just comes in and fucks the team. Yeah, there it is. And then they lead Crobat, which was the one Mon that we didn't want. So just you turn right on out of there, as per usual. Torkoal comes in so we can take the hit, and they are running a physically offensive Crobat. Crobat is usually a utility Mon with like Defog and stuff, Super Fang. But that was a lot of damage, so it's obviously physically offensive.
Oops.
Brave Birds us again. I think we just set up our rocks because, you know, we can take it. Then we go out to Rotom Heat just to take another Brave Bird because our Torkoal's not done yet because it can still set up the rocks.
Yeah.
And Sun. They just get on out of here. I want to say we nasty plotted. No, we used Overheat and got rid of the Roserade.
That worked out.
I think our nasty plot got rid of the Crobat, so that was nice. Body Slam does some damage. We just kind of sack this thing off with an Overheat. Since Toxapex isn't here, that's something else. Toxapex didn't come.
No.
So that made this game like 50 times easier. This thing pretty much was here just for the Toxapex, so sacking it off was like a no-brainer. Charizard comes back out here to set up the Sun, probably with a Fire Blast, because it knocks out basically everything that they have, barring probably the Salazzle. So yeah, that thing's dead. Nidoking comes in. There's no reason to not Fire Blast again. Sucker Punch did like nothing, which I was pretty sure they were going to be Sucker Punch because they brought in Nidoking like that. I was like, what the fuck's going on here? we were at speed. And then we thought, okay, Sucker Punch maybe, because you're not Scarfed. Salazzle comes back in here, and I think we use our Scorching Sands. No, we roosted to get back our HP just to see what this thing wanted to do, just in case it like Toxic or something. It switched up its moves and went for Dragon Pulse for whatever reason. I don't understand why it did that. Did it do more than... No, it didn't do more. It did like 20% less.
Damn.
I was confused why it Dragon Pulse. It's not like we have a Dragon type on the team. We're not even a Dragon type. But they Dragon Pulsed and it worked out for us so we can get up another Roost.
Maybe they confused us with the other Mega Charizard.
That's could possibly be it. They Toxiced us and we just Scorching Sanded this thing away.
Bye-bye.
No big problem at all. I think Drapion comes out next. Yep. I don't remember what we did. We did Fire Blast into it. Oh yeah, we missed.
Oh yeah, fuck.
That was annoying.
Some bullshit.
They crunch us, get us down to low HP again. We probably just Fire Blast here.
I was thinking that too.
Yeah, because even if we get taken down with the toxic damage, that's a nice little switch in to Darmanitan on their Beedrill. Which I believe is exactly what happened.
Look at that. Darmanitan Beedrill.
And then a Flare Blitz will win us the game. Bam, there it is.
Good game.
GG to Harrison-Jersey. That was pretty straightforward on our end. No Toxapex and no Gengar basically meant that
we won.
Charizard, Darmanitan, and the rest of the whole team can do basically whatever it wants. So that was nice. Not sure why they Dragon Pulsed, but I mean, they did. And that's really all we have to say about that.
I know a thing or two about misclicks, so I don't know.
That might have been it too. So I believe from there we had 13 points at 5-2 record with 8 differential, putting us in 3rd place and clinching us, well, almost clinching us for playoffs. So that's really freaking cool. Right now, the only 2 teams that are clinched for playoffs is the scary fluffy thingies, the Rock team, and the electric executioners.
Is that their name?
Twister.
Scary fluffy thingies?
Yeah, that's their team name.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And that team just
but
mentioned...
Fluffy and Rock? Okay. I'm done.
But that team I just mentioned is the electric team. So far, those two are the only teams that are actually, you know, they're going to playoffs no matter what. So we are in the race for the final 2 slots. I think we're pretty much set, though.
Because we're awesome.
Yeah. Any closing thoughts or remarks?
I'm still trying to work out that team name in my mind, so I'm a little distracted. I apologize.
Alright, she's got some things to work out, I guess.
As per usual.
Alright, like this video if you have not already. Subscribe if you're new here and you want some more of that SnowyKurama goodness. Tickle that bell so you know what we're uploading. Next upload should be against the electrocutioners.
The electric team.
Yep, against Eve, so watch out for that. And with all of that being said and more, this has been your boy, SnowyKurama. See you in the next video. Goodbye.
Bye.